Hi guys, Anne in Paris, still in Paris, and thank God for that. I wanted to make a really quick video here because I'm assessing the building around the corner. I'm asking Macron to release a room at number 7, just around the corner. I'm going to upload a video that does explain, gives a bit of background of what I'm saying here. And it's an empty room basically that's housing rubbish bins belonging to the Ministry of Interior. This room is not part of the building for the Ministry of Interior. It actually belongs to the building next door where the hairdresser is, where I sleep when I'm around the corner. And sometimes I have to sleep there because that's where I can get internet. I can't get it from here. Noisy Harley Davidson there. I thought I'd let that pass. Anyway, I want to make myself very clear here. In the previous video, I did mention that I'm happy to occupy the room. Now I realised that as a result of the criminal negligence of the government, and it's been going on for a long time, and a legal cross-reference that's been carried forward from Australia on a closed case, trialling me more than once to Malta and now France, Paris, which Macron now is the head of the EU, so it is his decision to make, that he should release that for me to own, and it can be part of my punitive damages that I'm going to apply for through the International Criminal Courts because of their collaboration with the Australian government on a closed case which could have cost me my life. It was on the grounds of racial hatred, and it should never have left the country. When I came to Europe, initially it was a 2-year holiday. I wanted to come here and launch myself as an artist here in Paris. I wanted to meet my Maltese and Italian family. I've only met the Maltese family. The Italian family I've never met, belonging to my father's side. I just couldn't find them. I don't know their names. I don't remember meeting them. In Malta, my father's sister came to visit once, and again once in Italy. Her name is Anna Gelicrisio. She's since married. My father has 5 sisters. They're all married. So I can't look up Gelicrisio, my father's name, because they did not keep their names. And when I came here, I wanted to make contact with them, but I couldn't find them. But I did somehow make contact with my Maltese family. Anyway, the illegal cross-reference on a closed case, which resulted to being stripped of my parenting rights by the Department of Child Protection in collaboration with the Australian police on the grounds of racial hatred. These attacks on my family have been going on for over 41 years, first on my parents, then on my siblings, and then on me. It resulted to the loss of loved ones, which is why I'm on the streets for 12 years now. It's coming on to the 12th year. Now, because of the collaboration with the European Union in this mess, and Macron being the head of the European Union, I'm asking him to now own that property. It's just a room. It doesn't even constitute a bedsit. It's a very small room. Actually, it's big enough for a bedroom, and it's only housing bins. What they've done, that room once belonged to the building next door. It is not part of the building of the Ministry of Interior. It is number 7. The Ministry of Interior starts at number 9. What they've done with that, and it was quite some time ago, is they put up trellises. They took that area, number 7, that extra room, which I think was a garage. It certainly does look like it, and it belonged to the building next door. They smashed the back wall and they joined it with the Ministry of Interior. Now they can correct that. They can put that wall back up, the mud brick wall, which is the same material as the other walls are made of around there. They're all made from this material, the buildings, and they can give me that building to house me, to do my work here. I'm investigating child sex trafficking. I don't have an office to work in, to sleep in. It would be my security, my safety, my support network is around there. The police support me around there. There are a couple of local businesses that support me. Wi-Fi, coffees, electricity. Now that building, that room that I'm referring to with the blue doors does not have, and I am going to upload a photo, does not have electricity. I don't need it. Actually, I'm not sure that it does. Maybe there's a light switch in there. I don't need electricity, okay? I can use a lot of other things. Like I can use, for example, you can have USB lights that run on battery backups. You can have solar panels stationed just outside above the cornice of the frame of the doors. There are a lot of things I can do. I don't want electricity. That's going to cause complication for Macron, I think, because I have not yet taken the case to the ICC courts. I will make every effort to speak to the prosecutor of the ICC courts, Khan. His name is Kalim Khan, I think. And I'm already very, very impressed with the videos that have been released by him. His speeches, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. I can't wait to talk to him, actually. And this will give me an opportunity at least to get off the streets, given the collaboration and that this government is liable for that collaboration. They owe me a lot more than that. You know, this is really a pinch of shit in the ocean, if you want Australian terms. So I'm going to ask to own that and live in it to get me off the streets. I don't need electricity. I don't even need him to organise the plumbing. You know, I can use a bucket, and also to wash myself, I can use the same system, and I'm pretty clean. I know how to use rubbish bins. So this is, I've promised to upload updates, and this is the update for those blue doors. I haven't had a response yet. Now, there's a very strange hierarchy around here, though, and I've noticed, I've been on the streets for long enough to notice there's 7 years in Paris, 5 in Malta. The neighbours here, with their checkbooks, tell the police what to do, and the police tell Macron what to do. That's why during the Yellow Jackets protest, the Yellow Jackets, the Yellow Jackets bash the police, not Macron, because they tell Macron what to do. Now, this system has been established by the European Union, the head of Germany, the largest contributor, who take everyone else's taxes, annual contribution. France are paying now 23 billion a year. It's on the internet. You can Google this. And you know, this system, whether it is intended or not, is fully accessorising child sex trafficking. It is at epidemic proportions here in the centre of Paris, 75008. Now, I'm going to leave it here. If anyone has any questions, I'm sorry, guys, I had to eat my SIM card yesterday because of high-end hacking that almost cost me my accounts. And the internet just wasn't working yesterday. The pages were jamming. You know, they play with the optic fibre cables. There's no evidence to support what I'm saying, but I'm seeing it every day. And as a result, the internet was spoiled. Now, when they play with optic fibre cables, the police officers behind the mainframes that are supposed to be recording CCTV information aren't looking at the real picture. And guys, this is how they rob banks in New York. So I've got no evidence. I'm going to try and find someone who can help me a little bit further with this information. I'm not an IT expert. Computer science students know all about this, so it's not a made-up theory. The trick with this is to get the evidence to support it, because when you take a case like this, child sex trafficking, in front of the ICC courts, the first thing they're going to do is roll back the CCTV cameras for suspicious activity. Those CCTV cameras, as a result of optic fibre cable switching, are not going to show the real picture. I can only assume or suspect. It is speculation because I'm not an expert, but, you know, I've heard this from other people around here too who know what they're doing. So, I see them. I see people who are unauthorised playing with the optic fibre cables underground that they access from underground. The telephone companies seem to be accessorising child sex trafficking with their... Look, I can't say for certain. It's a very complicated issue, but when you look at how my telephone, you know, accounts every time I buy a SIM card, when you look at how they fail to work, and I've uploaded this, it's not unreasonable to assume that the telephone companies have a hand in this, in accessorising child sex trafficking, and could possibly, they might be key profiteers, could possibly be. I'm looking into this. It's organised crime, and it's coming from the top down, and key profiteers are politicians, and the European Union, the head of Germany, could also have a very big hand in this, because there is no other way that they would be getting away with what they're getting away with on the streets here of Paris, in broad daylight, right under everyone's noses. These people have been desensitised to this crime. It's becoming the norm, and this is something I want to take up in person to the prosecutor of the ICC courts, who is also dead against desensitisation to this crime. So thanks for watching. I am taking the case against the Australian government, but I will address the evidence in this trolley as soon as I get an opportunity to close the door and process everything with a laptop, which I haven't yet purchased. I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any questions, I'm about to establish a new website because of hacking yesterday. And Annagelicrisio, I think I'm going to open it as. Ciao for now. I'm running out of time, guys. Sorry, I have to leave it here.